What's up guys, it's the Horror Wombat coming back to you with another channel update video. But before we do that, I gotta go ahead and do something real quick. Alright, 3, 2, 1... That's right folks, there's a new sheriff in town. Yeah, so out of f***ing nowhere, like Darth Vader revealing to Luke that he's his father, I decided to do a complete transformation and completely redo my avatar. Why am I doing this all of a sudden? Well, let me explain. For the past 2.5 years, I've been using this little guy as my avatar for the channel, and he's been the prototype Horror Wombat this entire time. Although, if you're a true fan of this channel, you may recall that this actually wasn't my first avatar for the channel altogether. Real ones will remember that I started off with a Herbert West PNG from the very beginning, but after that, I introduced the first ever true Horror Wombat pretty much at the very beginning of 2024, and I've been using him ever since then. But I gotta come clean with y'all, for the past few months or so, I've been thinking about retiring the classic Horror Wombat and replacing it with a fresh new Wombat from scratch right out of the avatar making factory. And the final nail in the coffin for me was right after I released my video about Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3 potentially using AI in that movie. Something finally clicked in me and I knew it was time for a change. So I guess it's time to rip the band-aid right off. So if you somehow haven't figured it out yet, my OG Horror Wombat avatar, as much as I love him, is in fact an AI generated image. One day I was just messing around with Meta AI asking it to make me goofy AI photos, and then randomly I had this interesting idea to ask it to make an image of a wombat in a horror themed costume. And well, this is what it came up with. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I loved it. And I was like, you know what? This would honestly make a killer avatar for the channel. So yeah, my logo for the past couple of years was not made by man, but by a computer. So why all of a sudden am I now changing it? Well, like I mentioned moments ago, it was my most recent Pooniverse video that motivated me to finally do so. If you saw that video, you would know I pretty much called out the film and specifically whoever made those posters for the movie for using AI in an unironic manner, and I pretty much still stand by those claims currently. But looking back at that video, I realized that I was honestly kinda coming off as hypocritical. Like, I felt like it was just weird for someone to call out another individual doing something when they are guilty of doing the exact same thing. Basically made me feel like every Darman villain. And the more I thought about it, it just made me feel kinda icky, and I didn't want to come off as that kind of person. And like I mentioned earlier, I've been thinking of developing a new avatar for the channel that obviously didn't involve any AI, but it was especially recently that made me finally put my foot down. This also meant that the most likely option for me was having to draw the new avatar completely from scratch. But guys, here's the thing, I am not a great artist by any means, so I wasn't sure how soon this was gonna happen, but as time went on, I started to motivate myself a little more until the other day where I was like, alright buddy, time to let out your inner Van Gogh to the world. And that's when I got to work on the new avatar, adding as much detail as I could, and voila! The new avatar rose from the grave and is now the new face of the channel. And that pretty much brings us home to right now. So yeah, maybe the new look isn't as spiffy or texturally amazing as the OG, but it does make me feel personally better knowing that it isn't AI generated slop anymore. And I hope you guys like the new official Horror Wombat. And if not, then I hope you can get used to the new design over time. And if still not, then maybe in the next 2.5 years he'll get another upgrade. We'll see. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to share with you guys. And hey, if this happens to be the first video of mine you come across, then be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel because it really does help me out. And if you do all of that, then you are indeed officially groovy. And of course, make sure to stay tuned for future videos, which could possibly maybe include a new Pooniverse video very soon? Okay, but seriously, why do y'all like that stuff so much? It's nuts. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. See ya.